Alright, here we go. This is a custom 1v1 on Duel between the green player in the upper left-hand corner, Valinor in the Steampunk Neo, and his opponent, the blue player in the bottom right-hand corner, Tangibility in the classic Osprey. And if you take a look at the loadouts, Valinor is playing no Moneymaker, while Tangibility does. He has a full-socketed set of Moneymakers. I know Valinor has been trying to go no MM, played a bunch of no MM games. Regardless of his opponent, if his opponent has been doing it or not. So we will see how this goes for Valinor. Both players have, oh no, well, Valinor set off his mines. Tangi has not. God, why does this client not keep up when I click on the minimap? But has a bunch of zippers here to defend against a bunch of patrolling zippers here to defend at the front door, which is very interesting. And we do see Valinor now grabbing some creeps. Has a boomer in queue after his Dillo and is going boomers queued. So now Tangi does do a quick scout, looks at Valinor's forward. There is nothing at his forward. And Valinor is actually going out now to his forward. And Tangi does did look at Valinor's close, which makes him, I guess, decide to go with this attack here at the front door. But every single one of these zippers is being blocked by these Dillos, and right now Valinor actually able to drop all of his boomers. One Moneymaker does get finished off by those other boomers. Tangi now coming back, but does lose two Moneymakers. So let's see if he decides to rebuild. But Tangi going zipper spam, which is pretty freaking crazy at this point. Now does set a bunch of them on patrol. I'm not really sure why he's doing this. He probably is doing it just to both annoy Valinor and also to gain a little bit of map vision. Especially putting them on patrol. They will take a lot of time to kill. They do spawn runners most of the time. I'm not sure if it was actually changed to 100% completely yet, but now Tangi does rebuild his Moneymakers, and now Valinor continually doing harass with boomers. So let's see if he's actually able to finish off these Moneymakers. No, Tangi was able to save it, and that boomer harass has been shut down just for that one time now. But now Tangi able to kill this Jackal. Yes, now Valinor does not come back to the fight, but does set up some Buckies here, to pelt at those tanks while he is going to be doing other things. Does drop some Jackals to replace, but now Tangi has a full queue of Longhorn, and we'll see what he can kill here in terms of these Buckies. Valinor is not coming here to defend or to save these Buckies, but instead going with a little bit of Jackal harass. Let's see if he decides to go. He is going to go for Moneymakers again. Obviously playing no MM, you really need to concentrate on that harass and to kill Moneymakers to even the game. Either that or the really early aggression. And honestly, in terms of how much Moneymakers cost, it doesn't really make that much sense to do that. And at this point, Valinor now dropping some Buckies there. I don't know if they're actually going to be firing at the outpost or at the random patrolling zippers. Valinor did have to. Oh, what was attacking here? Tangi. Oh, actually did have to defend against these Buckies that were sent, I guess. And a few random infantry. So now we do have Valinor again going with the boom harass, and Tangi still doing kind of more typical play. I don't know if you can really call it typical because it's Tangibility, but I guess you can call it typical Tangi play. And Valinor trying again to go with this Moneymaker harass, but Tangi saving all three. None of them are going to be killed. Tangi with really quick reaction time, and now they are typing to each other. And Valinor does say that was nice. Tangi dropping the colon 3. If you guys are familiar with Mumble, you will hear colon 3 quite a lot. That and colon D. But now Valinor going back to his fort, which is completely defended here with Dillos. Has not really walled up in a traditional sense, but there are obviously still holes. But I don't really think he has to worry about that too much. Now Tangi with 4 rollers in queue. Okay, and now he is going to start. He probably will use that to start to push up to mid, because those rollers will just completely tank all that damage. Valinor getting yet another Moneymaker with that Bucky, but I'm sure Tangi is just going to rebuild just very quickly again. However, he does have 4 rollers in queue, so we can't do that quite yet. And Valinor does pin down Tangi by hitting that stasis on the ground, and Tangi still not lifting up. But really low on health and probably will get finished off. Does get hit again by Valinor with that EMP. And now finally does get killed on the ground. Valinor with a bunch of Dillos here. He is starting to move out. I don't know if he's going to go for mid or not, but Tangi actually hasn't really touched mid at all. So let's see where he decides to go with this. Tangi with a 5th roller in queue. And now more boomers for Valinor. I'm assuming he's just going to continually do more harass, but does get killed by those neutrals, doing it a little bit aggressive there. And now Tangi, oh my god, Tangi is moving out with 5 rollers, and now starting to move out with these Longhorn as well. These Longhorn are going to just follow these these rollers and has more in his queue. Now Valinor finally coming back with boomers. I'm assuming he's going to, I don't know if he decided to initially go with those rollers or with those boomers to do some moneymaker harass or something, but did see that there were quite a lot of blue units and decided to drop those boomers right there, and now has quite a bunch of dillos here. It does use mass commands to send them out, and now just sending even more out from the fort. But now Tangi with those rollers and those longhorn have been able to completely clear that mid. Look at all those rollers. There are 5 rollers, and there are a lot of longhorn as well. Tangi saving units left and right, has 1 longhorn saved and healed up, but now all those dillos are coming for Valinor, and with more boomers in queue. With those boomers, he will be able to actually kill quite a lot with those dillos distracting, but doesn't actually drop them in the area where the dillos are. Does decide to drop them here with these rollers and that 1 longhorn. Does kill 2 units, including one of the rollers, and now these dillos are making their way to that blue fort. Tangi here to defend has nothing in his build queue. He is just shooting them down because he has a -5 power. He doesn't really have anything to defend at this point, and now Tangi is, oh my god. Yeah, this might be the end of the game for Tangi. He cannot build anything because he was pretty much power capped with those rollers out on the field. Valinor clearing them now has +6. Tangi now has +6, and Tangi is not body blocking. He is just trying to kill the dillos. The dillos actually weren't able to finish off too much with that longhorn blocking. I guess was able to buy enough time for Tangi and those. Oh, and now he also did send some longhorn here to attack Valinor's fort. And now I guess Tangi is trying to send out whatever he wants right now. And these, oh, there's some couple random rollers over here. I guess probably pushed some of the green dillos out of the way. But now Valinor will be able to get this. I think he will be able to. Yes, he. Oh no, 1 bulb does get knocked down. So subsequently more bulbs do get knocked down. But he has a couple jackals here in the area. Tangi with a couple rollers, and now he does have zippers in queue. So he will keep this outpost neutral. And those jackals are definitely going to be distracted by those zippers. Valinor coming out again with more dillos, but Tangi with moneymakers in his build, in his loadout on the field, has 50k as opposed to Valinor's 14k, and has 60 upkeep as opposed to Valinor's 36. Tangi definitely does have the an easy time right now against this opponent with no moneymakers in queue or in his loadout. And now Valinor is trying to neutralize this outpost with these jackals and his dillos and stuff, but Tangibility has quite a lot of units, including rollers to tank damage, longhorn to quickly, kill these green units because of their really high, heavy damage. And now Valinor is still coming out with dillos. This outpost has turned to green, so Valinor will be able to just drop dillos. But I don't know if he can actually overwhelm the forces that Tangi has over here. There are so many heavy, high HP units sitting here at this fort. At this mid, and it does go back down to neutral. There are only 4 dillos left here for Valinor. 1 does go down. Tangi now healing up whatever, has rollers healing up, has longhorn healing up. Valinor again going out, moving out, but with just pretty much a split of his credits here, some going at some of his credits being kind of killed, I guess killed in the form of dillos earlier, and now more are pretty much going to be killed now. And these dillos are pretty much going to be sacrificed. And I guess he probably intended them to be distractions for Tangi, so he can go out, to that close harass and whatever fort harass he could get moneymakers killed or whatever. But Tangi reacting to the mech and not to the units, and they weren't really on his mini-map quite yet. But now Tangi has started to move some out. That 1 goalie, I'm not really sure if that's actually going anywhere. Oh, it is moving. I'm not really sure why. I guess Tangi has decided to move out with him. But right now, Valinor with a cloaked dillo behind enemy lines is going for that front door, so it will take out quite a lot of damage away from Tangibility. Valinor actually probably will be able to finish off this moneymaker as well. But Tangi, that one dillo uncontested. Tangi finally now blocking it with that goalie, but look at all the longhorn and 2 rollers and a goalie going for Valinor's front door, and all those dillos that were sitting massed up there are gone. Valinor did push them out, so at this point it probably will be the end. Tangi now ferrying a goalie even further up and moving a roller up. I'm not really sure what the point of the roller even further was, because there wasn't really nothing blocking or anything. But now Tangi with a lot of units here at Valinor's front door. Goalies, longhorn, and rollers, and all that stuff. MM's OP, Tangi does call it. And he's absolutely right. Valinor dropping those dillos, delaying that finish for a few seconds, but now Tangi will be able to get this finish on Valinor, going down in defeat. Tangibility grabbing this Custom 1v1 over Valinor with no moneymakers and with a derpy roller rush there in the middle of the game. With 5 rollers in his queue, just send. But was able to eventually grab that mid, send those Longhorn out, and get this win over Valinor with no moneymakers. Gotta appreciate a player trying to go with no moneymakers. He has been able to make it work. I know that against other players, but against Tangibility, it is quite a feat. So guys, if you have any replays to send in to me, send them in at rui0x@gmail.com, or RUI on Steam is where you can message me. You know, click my links. You gotta support Steve's stream. Steve streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Click that link in my video description. Get that information. If you're a new player, participate in We Need Help Wednesdays. If you're an experienced player, participate in the Mech Mania Mondays. Or if you want to, you know, if you're a new player, you can participate in those as well. And everyone come hang out on Free for All Fridays. So guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.